lines long. I've never stood in line for over an hour.
Do you feel good about the outcome?
And nobody is. You don't know what to expect. I really don't. It's just, it's like a football game. We got to go play. And the game's over now. We got to tally up the score. And we've done pretty good up to this point for the last 2 years, I guess, in all the polls. But the only poll that counts is the last one. So I'm optimistic. It's amazing though. You got a lot of games going. It's not just yours. So you just gives you a chance to watch other races, and we don't close our polls for I guess another 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and I think the East Coast is already. So I'll hang out down here for a while and then go up and start watching everything come in and start thinking about when the polls close and see what happens. Thanks for coming, man. Y'all didn't have anything to do tonight. Huh?
Coach, are you feeling good about the outcome?
Yeah, but you don't know what to expect. I mean, I really don't. It's not my first campaign because this is my third election in 8 weeks or 8 months, and they're all the same. You go in, you just wait for the returns to come in, and they all come in slow, and then you just kind of sit back and kind of take it all in. And that's what I'll do tonight.
Coach, how prepared are you to work with President Biden if Biden wins?
Oh yeah, ready to go. I mean, that's what it's all about. The one thing I learned being a football coach is about communication, and as much as about communication, and it's not talking, it's listening. And so I want to work with everybody to get something done. We haven't gotten much done in the last 2 or 3 years. Everything's been kind of a stalemate, and hopefully that we can go in and start having dialogue, no matter who's there. If I win, of course, still got to win. But I think everybody's got to do their part. It can't be my way or the highway. It can't be that way. What I want to do is do the best for the people of Alabama and take their word up there, and hopefully, what we're talking about to help us here in Alabama helps everybody, not just us.
Would you be willing to work on a stimulus package? What kind of priority would that be?
Number one, I've been across this state many times, and I'm going to tell you, we got people that's hurting, we got people that's out of jobs, we got small businesses that are going under every day. We got to get our state opened up even more than what it is now. We got to give people a chance to make a living. I know that this is a serious virus, and I've had friends that's passed away. But we have got to learn every day from what we're doing and wear masks, wash your hands, social distance as much as we can. But we got to make it work because it might be here 2 or 3 years from now. Nobody knows. Everybody's sitting around thinking that we're going to have a vaccine, and that's fine. But vaccines work maybe 15, 20% of the time. I gave all of our football players every year, October 1st, a flu shot. Half of them got the flu. It didn't make any difference. So we got to learn not maybe to live with it, but protect ourselves and other people from it. But we got to have more stimulus. We got to help people that's hurting because we got a lot of people hurting.
You feel confident about the campaign? That you'll be able to get a win tonight?
I just told them I'd love to feel confident, but you don't know because you can't control it. I've tried to control it for the last 3 months. In this campaign alone, we didn't have that much money compared to my opponent, and he had 8 times more money than we had, and so we tried to get our message out. And my whole game plan for the entire almost 2 years I've been running is to go directly to the people and tell them, number one, why I'm doing this, and number two, why I'm qualified. And so it's worked out good. People have resonated. I got a lot of endorsements across the state, and hadn't made any promises that I can't keep other than I'm going to go work hard. And if I win this, do the best for all the people of Alabama, not just the ones that voted for me, but everybody. And try to make this work for Alabama and our country, because folks, we're in tough times right now. This virus has put us in a tailspin, and when your economy is in a tailspin like it is, then you have real problems. And so we got a lot of things to do in Washington D.C. to help everybody, not just a few.
Turnout was historic today. Good, bad news? You think there's a good time?
Well, it was bad for me having to stand in line for an hour and a half. No, I told people, I am really glad people are going out and vote, whether they voted for me or not. It is your right to go vote. about 2:30 today, I was driving over here. Got a call on the truck, and it was President Trump. He barely could talk, real hoarse, and we had a conversation about the race, how you think, Coach, and all that, and just talk back and forth. But the one thing I did tell him, I said, Mr. President, one thing you've done is you've got people out to vote. Whether they like you or don't like you, everybody's voting because they're voting in Alabama. And I think that's good. I think people now are starting to look at their country and say, listen, this is the type of country I want, whichever way it is, and go vote. We don't need 15% of the people in the country go and vote. We need more people to go out and vote. And I think that's a huge thing that our people have done today. In this state, and I've called senators across the country today, wishing them good luck. And it's no different here than it is their place. They are standing room only for people standing in line to vote. Any other?
If you win tonight, what's the first thing you want to do when you get to Washington?
Get a place to live. You don't do anything for a while. You set up a staff. I've done that for years. No different setting up the staff for a football team as it is going up and setting up a staff of 30, 40 people for this position. I've done a lot of research on it, talked to a lot of people about it, and so that'll be my first priority. Is you have to go to orientation here in a week or so, and go through all that, and go through the cross the T's and dot the I's. But the main thing is you're only as good as the people around you, and so I've done a lot of background work, just anticipating the possibility of going to DC and winning this position.
How accessible will you be tonight? How easy will it be for us to ask you questions?
I'm easy. And a lot of people say, Coach, you didn't answer a lot of questions in the campaign. My whole deal in this campaign was to go to the people and not to try to win it on TV. It was go and just look, because again, I'm not a politician. I'm an outsider, somebody that's wants to go help, but to get your message over, you couldn't do it by telling somebody on television. You got to go out there and shake hands and tell people exactly what you're doing, and that's what I've done. But I'm going to be very accessible, always have been, over my career of coaching. I truly believe in communication. Communication is the key to winning, and so if we have an opportunity to win this position tonight, that's what we'll do.
But does that mean that you don't trust the press?
No, I trust the press. No, I've got all kinds of friends in the press. Paul Feinbaum loves me. But you know what I'm saying. No, I've always been very accessible. And you can talk to anybody in the media that I've dealt with over the years in sports, which is different in one way, but it's really not, because it's dealing with people. I'd go out of my way. I'd go out of my way to help. I'd go out of my way to do talk shows. I enjoy it. I enjoy people, and it's a great way to get your message out.
Coach, if the president is not reelected, how effective do you think you can be as a senator for Alabama?
Well, I don't think that. Obviously, it makes a difference whether we keep the majority in the Senate. I think that's a bigger point. Having a president that's a Republican or a Democrat, whichever side you're on, it always helps if you're in the majority of the White House. So we'll have to wait and see how that works out tonight.
You've been running ahead in the polls. Have you heard any reports from around the state that indicate
No,
that you can?
no, I hadn't heard anything. I heard that we had pretty good turnout voting for absentee. There was quite a few of those, more than ever, but that's to be expected because of the virus, and people needed to take advantage of that. No, I hadn't heard anything. As we talked before you got here, the polling sites have been overwhelmed. It's been a huge turnout. Probably be a record turnout. So
Would that be good or bad for you?
I don't know. I really don't know. You just don't know how people vote. People are you hope they vote for you, but you don't know.
Was the president today just wishing you luck today? Why did he?
Yeah, I talk to him about once a week. He'll call and ask, how's your race going? And a lot of times he'll talk about his race, or he'll talk about other Senate races. I made calls for other senators, other congressmen, but he was just today was kind of checking in, and he'll call again tonight, win or lose.
If this doesn't go your way and you don't win tonight, are you hoping to, if President Trump wins, to have a seat on his cabinet or anything like that?
No. I wanted to help Alabama. That's the reason I'm doing this. I've got